What's up, y'all? Yeah, the last little minute is always something, ain't it? What's up, y'all? It's been a while since I came on and did a YouTube live, basically, but y'all know life be life, and then you gotta get to the money. But it's just so much stuff that's going on in the news today that I said, okay, I got off work early, so I'm gonna come to y'all, give y'all a couple of topics because it is crazy. So first things first, y'all. Happy to be back. Welcome back to the 1914 podcast on the 1914 network. And today we just gonna get it going. Cause this is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. So a couple of topics. We going up. I don't know why my computer is going slow. I hate that. But a couple of topics we going over. The first thing first, Shannon Sharpe got fired from ESPN. Okay, after he settled his lawsuit with Jane Doe, aka Gabby, aka the OnlyFans girl, and it was reportedly said that he settled for $23 million out of the $50 million lawsuit, accusing him of ape, and basically like holding her hostage, and it's just a form of BDSM, but no means no. And she has voice messages, she has and sexual tapes to to view it, to see. And at the end of the day, y'all, when he first found out about the lawsuit behind closed doors, he offered $10 million to settle. She basically said no. As you know, Tony Busby, the one that Jay-Z had got for making those frivolous claims, he was Gabby's lawyer, and they requested 20, I guess $50 million. Over the course of time, Shannon Sharpe, right before that came out, he was on his YouTube. He was on Nightcap, where Nightcap was sponsored by The Volume. And I forgot his name, was Colin Cohort. Not sure how to pronounce his name. And he was announcing to everyone that he was leaving The Volume, becoming a free agent, and that reportedly that his next deal was going to be $100 million, and officially getting a new contract at ESPN right before this lawsuit came out. So Shannon was on his high horse. I mean, you could not beat watching Nightcap and the subscribers. I remember watching Nightcap when it only had 1,000 subscribers, to seeing it go over to 100 something, 1 million subscribers. Also watching his interview show, which is Club Shay Shay, where he had the infamous Cat Williams interview that went viral in what's that, in 2023, 2024. So Shannon has been doing an outstanding job, and what came with The Volume was amazing sponsorship. So through The Volume, he was able to have a sponsorship ad deal with DraftKings, and Boost Mobile, and he also made his own entity called Shay Shay Media, and also he launched his liquor that was Shay by Laporte A. So Shannon Sharpe has just been on a tear. It was undeniable in the podcast space, winning the Webby Awards, all the awards you could know in a man. Also, with that, in that time, one of the most precious things he could ever do was see his brother get a nomination to be honored in an NFL Hall of Fame. Shannon Sharpe. He was undeniable. He was a household name. Now, with that being said, with this lawsuit, Shannon know damn goddamn well he ain't had no business being with a 19-year-old girl. Now, is she grown? Yes. at the time that she filed this lawsuit, I believe she's 22 or 23 at this present time. But Shannon, you know damn well, you ain't meet her at no damn gym. And all of a sudden, y'all got cool and started kicking it. And all of a sudden, she was started going to your house in Nevada and California, and you and all of this stuff. Y'all, when I tell you, when I read the stuff that came out, we was like, I don't know, but it could be true. But at the same time, we just didn't know. Until those voice messages came out to my, yeah, I'm Shedur Sharpe, and I'm something about beat with a white woman. We were like, oh hell no, Shannon Sharpe. But at the end of the day, no matter what got me was that, okay, Shannon Sharpe, she's 19, you talking about you consensual. And what's so crazy is on one of those episodes of Club Shay, he was in an interview with somebody, and he said, hey, yeah, I'm thinking about having a baby soon. I think I'm going to have another baby. I'm thinking about having another baby. And in the lawsuit, it kind of spoke to Shannon Sharpe potentially getting her pregnant. Okay. So I knew for a fact that some of the details, based off the stuff that he would tell in his interview, it actually lined up with what was in that initial indictment per se, what in the civil suit that she put out first. So I knew that it was true. Now, what you would call people being abused per se during sex, it is this thing called BDSM, where people do this kind of like aggressive sex per se. But I can understand how that can go in the lines of, hey, you are physically assaulting me, and this is no more than just role play, right? Granted, she's a small little girl, only weigh like 100, maybe 110 pounds, compared to a big man that looked like a damn gorilla, basically. And he big. So I guess in optics and in power dynamics, you can make a case to say, well, hey, this could be true, right? So along this time, Shannon lost all the sponsors, of course. Nobody was rocking with Shannon. I mean, basically. And that, it was reported that he just settled. Now, he did put out a Facebook post saying that, hey, y'all, this is just an extortion thing, and I will be back on 2 weeks. I will be back on right before a preseason at ESPN. That was he put out initially before ESPN just dropped the bomb on him. And we only got 1 week. I think it's 1 week to our preseason kickoff. I believe not this Thursday, but next Thursday per se. And Shannon Sharpe just got fired. So ESPN fired Shannon Sharpe, and they said they had no comment. At the end of the day, y'all, Colin that owned the volume and the people that he used to actually work at Fox Sports 1. So he actually had a show on Fox Sports 1 with Shannon Sharpe, and Skip had a show on FS1. Basically. So for the most part, y'all, Shannon Sharpe fired his everything down for Shannon Sharpe because he was messing with the little girl. And I'm not gonna say little girl, I'm gonna say grown woman. But he set himself up. Cat Williams told him not to do it. Monique told him not to do it. Everybody told him not to do it. People, he would get super chats and everything like that. To say, hey, Shannon, we would like to go. It's high profile people that was in the nightcap chat. When I mean everybody watched nightcap, everybody watched nightcap. But I mean, he was so into, Gabby. So I guess this is what he get. I'm not saying it's right, but all that preaching he did, it sounded like he contradicted himself. But hey, what do we all do? Contradict ourselves. Okay. But it's just really sad. It's really sad. Shannon Sharpe didn't, deserve that. But I mean, when you do stuff that don't align with, the brand, then you kind of, lose your job at the end of the day. It's just unfortunate. But, It's sad. So basically, Shannon Sharpe fired at the settlement. ESPN won't be returning to ESPN. So basically, we got the news. We're gonna see if he's gonna talk about it on Nightcap or not. We don't know. All right, but another topic in the realm that we're gonna go through is Gill Arens Arrested on a federal indictment. I can't wait to wait to read this. But it is breaking news. Hold on one second. It's oh, okay. AREN. It should be breaking news. Okay, there you go. Let's go to CBS Sports and look at this. So normally I have all my topics, but my computer is messing up today. Normally I can go back to back to back to back. Okay. So it say former NBA star Gill Arens arrested on federal indictment in connection to illegal gambling business. Y'all, Gill Arens, I love his sports show. Gill Arens is a former NBA star. He has an amazing show called Gill Arens on YouTube. It's sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. I believe he got like a $30 million sponsorship from them. And his show is amazing. Amazing. Okay, so let's go through and read it. Former NBA All-Star Gill Arens, among 6 men arrested Wednesday on a federal indictment that they operated a legal gambling business in Enrico, California, mansion owned by Arens. The Justice Department said Arens is charged with 1 count of conspiracy to operate a legal gambling business, and 1 count of operating a legal gambling business, and 1 account of making false statements to federal investigators. Oh, so that means that they had already talked to Gill about the shit. Excuse me. All right. According to the indictment, returned July 15th in the unsealed Wednesday, Arens and other defendants accused operating of illegal gambling business from September 2021 to July 2022. With Arens renting out his mansion for the purpose of hosting illegal high-stake poker game, including pot limit Amaya. Somebody else, another NBA star, said something about this before, and it's somebody else said, I'm gonna find the information on it. The defendants are to have collected a rake, a fee, a house charge from each pot, and staff gains for young women, shells, valet, armed to security guard. Among co-conspirators is 49-year-old. I don't know how Gresham, who authorities believe to be an Israeli organized crime figure. Damn. In addition to the charges stemming from illegal gambling business, Gresham also faces charges of conspiracy to commit marriage fraud. Damn, I don't know who this is, but shit, that's why Gill got born in there. Shit, they probably been watching his ass and being hot. I think this is what happened. Y'all, all right. Okay, so if y'all don't know, right? I see this. I see exactly. I'm gonna finish reading, but I'm gonna tell you exactly what I think happened. Among co-conspirators are 49-year-old son, the man. He commit marriage fraud. Commit marriage fraud. Okay, and making false statements on an immigration document after being accused of conspiring to enter into a sham marriage with a 35-year-old somebody for the purposes of obtaining a permanent legal status in the United States and lying to immigrant authorities. Additionally, defendants is 48-year-old somebody else, 52-year-old Alan Australia, 27-year-old somebody, and 43-year-old. They sound like they all Israeli. Each defendant faced a statutory maximum sentence of 5 years in prison each count. Okay, well, Gill, from my understanding, never been to jail or got a background. So whatever it may be on the federal charge, on his PSI, it still might be a category 1. Gill ain't never been in. I don't. Maybe has. Let me look. Has Gill been arrested before? Let me check this. Yeah, I really don't think, y'all, that I don't think Gill was arrested before that. I think he had a couple of run-ins and stuff with the NBA as far as like the whole pew situation in the locker room, but I don't think he was arrested for that. I just think he just like got left to leave. All right, so Arenas is a 3-time NBA All-Star. Remember for his tenure with the Washington Wizards, where he spent majority of his career. After originally being drafted by the Golden State Warriors in 2001, Arenas played for Orlando Magic, Memphis Grizzlies, and the Sharks and the Chinese organization. All right, so this is what I think happened. No bullshit, y'all. Let me tell y'all. What I think happened was that let me tell y'all. Wait 1 second. I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what I think. I had it on the wrong screen the whole time. Look at me trying to use YouTube. Funny. Right? So, what I think happened is that they was investigating that man. In the process of investigating that man, Gill Arenas going to his house or whatever. And he going over to Gill house, being cool and shit. And in between the time of them doing wiretaps on the Israeli guy and basically watching him to make sure he don't flee the country type stuff, that's how they found out about that. They found out about this on purpose by monitoring something else. And that's kind of like how like wiretaps and stuff work. Like, let's say my phone got a wire 3 times by the feds. I'm talking to you. We talking about no shit. They ain't got shit with what they looking at me for. But we talking about some other hot shit, and now they're gonna wiretap your phone, and now they're gonna investigate you. That's basically what I think happened here. I think Gill been running some shit the whole time, but I just think he started fucking with some people he didn't need to be fucking with. That's what I think. But I'm gonna wait on the indictment come out. But like I said, in this story, it shows that he was already questioned by this before they came pick them up today. So why did he lie to the people? I don't know why he lied to the feds. Now, I'm not saying that he lied. He could have just not already told the truth all the way. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like, yeah, I mean, it could be illegal because I got valet people. Like, I'm setting it up like it's a casino, basically, right? But it's like the part of being a casino night is you have fun. Y'all might play with fake chips or fake money. But now he collected a fee. That means a fee house charges from each pot. That's what he fucked up at. That's why they're including that, because the house, house is money. The house is the game. House is the casino. House is whatever, right? So when you start taking fees, you operating as a business. That means you're doing it illegally. Point blank, period. That's what that means. Just like y'all be selling yak and shit out y'all house, the shit don't be right. You ain't got your shit right, but you doing it. You running illegal business out your house. Basically, that's what they saying here. Now, that could be true, but he was just having game nights, and niggas wanted to use real money. I mean, so we gonna see. I'm gonna read the paperwork. I'm gonna come back and tell y'all. I'm gonna read the paperwork. All right. Now, next, let's talk about man, damn, Coach Prime. God damn. And what's so crazy is that because I go to work real early, I normally see when I scroll through Instagram, I see Coach Prime's early morning messages in the morning on Instagram that he posts. So I was like, damn. So a couple of weeks ago in my head, I was like, damn, Coach Prime ain't even posting like that. What the hell going on? Like the last time we really seen him was at the draft. But like that was really it. We ain't even seen him like that. And Bucky been at the house. We like, why the fuck Bucky in the house? Why they ain't been back to Colorado? Whole lot of shit going on. But now that we know the truth, about Coach Prime, now we can give our take on it. But first and foremost, we want to say, prayers up to Coach Prime. Prayers up to Bucky for taking care of Coach Prime. And shout out to everybody who kept Coach Prime in their prayers. While we was like, hell no, we don't even know why Coach Prime ain't been active like that. Because Coach Prime would have been had to roll out going all of that, right? So it's saying, joined by his medical team. I watched the press conference. He gave us an update on, that he had bladder cancer, and that was just heartbreaking. That was just heartbreaking because I really love Coach Prime. I like him as a businessman. I like him as like a master, like a master businessman. Like Deion Sanders lived 3 or 4 lives in one. From being Deion Sanders, the son, Deion Sanders, the father, Deion Sanders, the player, prime time, to Coach Prime, to Professor Prime, the spokesperson for Aflac Prime, the guy who's really getting Nike. Basically, they stopped back because Nike stock dropped. If it wasn't for Coach Prime, Nike stock will be plummeting even more. Like, shout out to Coach Prime as the businessman. So to see somebody who I admire that's in my top 5 and he's top 5 and not 5 in my book, to be a visionary and understand how marketing yourself goes, he is the ultimate. It's only a few people I can say that creates a master class and put on for the people and put on for the city and put on for the hood and put on for the people like me. So for Coach Prime, my God, like, I'm thankful he okay so he can continue to fight the good fight. He's cancer free. It's been reported by him that he said he's cancer free and the doctors. And I'm just so, I love it because I see what God can do, despite all things. And he's a man who's believing. So I'm just so in awe of Coach. Like, I'm in awe of Coach Prime. And shout out to his team. Shout out to Lauren. Just shout out to the whole medical staff. And if y'all don't know, Colorado, from our understanding, has they actually did the remove his bladder stuff. They actually did it by a robot. So if you guys don't know, Colorado has one of the few best medical teams in the United States of America. They have money. So like I've been watching podcasts. Shout out to Melissa Ford as she talk about like menopause, men's health, and also Malcolm Jamal Warner, rest in peace to him. He just did her show 2 months ago, and I watched that interview as it premiered. So to see Malcolm Jamal Warner just talk about him and his legacy, his health, his grief, happy for being a husband to his wife and his kids, and just being to enjoy him. And 2 months later, he passes away. It's kind of heartbreaking to see. But I watched medical or people, but they had doctors like Melissa Ford. She's not a doctor, but she bring a lot of doctors on that talk about all facets of things and people that just go through things. So I've learned that in my 30s, instead of just going to my local doctors, I think I'm going to start flying out to potentially New York, Colorado, California to see certain doctors. I know that in my family, we got, medical issues, everybody. Well, I mean, I've been fed ever since I was born. I didn't want to show you my baby pictures. It's crazy. But I know what type of stuff we had colon cancer, prostate cancer in my family. My mama had Florida mouth cancer. So I know cancer runs in my family. So I know that I really have to be cautious on what I do. But I want to crackhead. I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, but Coach Prime didn't smoke either. So it's like how he get bladder cancer. So it's really, really hard, to say how did I even get this when I don't do these things. So that's just crazy. But a nice segue to Malcolm Jamal Warner. Oh man, that just really hurt me. The Malcolm Jamal Warner. Like that hurt me. Like, although I was a little kid, I grew up to love the Cosby Show and the embodiment of the Cosby Show. Like I want to put a nice picture of him up. I want to put a nice picture of him up. Cause this man was the epitome of health, of a healthy black man. He was the epitome of a healthy black man that know how to swim. He's epitome of a black man who speaks to justice. He is a poet, an actor. Oh, he was doing so well on the Doctor Show. Like he's one of our unsung, outspoken heroes that are staying on the front line with us and just all about being a good person. I wish I was half of a good person of what he was. Like he, for what we know, he never yelled at nobody. He'd never been arrested. I mean, you can never say nothing bad about him. I know some people got some shit to say about me. I know I got some shit to say about my damn self too. But for nobody to say a bad word about you ever in your life, from you being on camera from 7 years old to you making it to 56 years old, it's something to say. It's something to say to that and how much God has sent us an angel. Straight up. And he just felt like my cousin. Like, even though he's 50-something years old, I'm like damn near 30. But he felt like my older cousin. Like, yo, if I want to get a good word in, yo, if I want to feel motivated, yo, like a great man. I'm just so honored to not necessarily know him, but to say that, it's an honor to see someone like this walk our earth. And, it's not a lot of things bad. It's a lot of bad that we can say about a lot of people, but this guy here is nothing. But let's segue into some other stuff. Let's go to the NFL. I probably had segue there past Prime, but I didn't. Browns owner for shedur. This man's talking about, now we all know shedur was a top 3 draft pick. It depends on top 4, right? And they're all dependent upon, you had Travis Hunter, Cam Ward, Ashton Genty, and Shedur Sanders. Okay, and this is what I'm saying, right? The Browns owner Jim Lee Haslam said he is not directly responsible for recent draft pick. His influence is undeniable, Haslam said Tuesday, that if he didn't for general manager Andrew Berry to take rookie quarterback Shedur Sanders in April. Cleveland, which has never ended a search for a franchise quarterback, selected Sanders in the 5th round, 2 rounds after taking Oregon quarterback Dylan Gabriel. Surprising choice. Sanders was expected to go as high as number 2 overall and the Browns passed on him 6 times. Few speculation Handsome, known for hands-on approach during his tenure and captured on camera sitting in draft day on number 3 when the pick was announced, had orchestrated the move. Not true. Listen, we have good process. Hanlon said as his wife Dee held their annual training media camp briefing. If you told me on a Friday night, day 2 driving home, that y'all are gonna pitch your door, I would have said that's not happening. But we had a conversation early that morning. We had a conversation later that day. I think we had the right people involved in that conversation. At the end of the day, that was Andrew Berry call. Andrew made that call to pitch your door. Man, fuck everybody. Fuck the whole NFL, even though we gonna watch. Man, by the grace of God, can somebody, who the hell? I'm not asking for Mike Tomlin help on this one. What's the chief head coach? Goddamn, who the chief head coach? Goddamn, Mahomes. Goddamn, who the chief? Hold on, wait. I can't believe I forgot that. Andy Reid. It's gonna take a motherfucker like Andy Reid to be like, hey, yo, shedur. Hey, I talked to the front office here in San Francisco. Hey, come here. It's gonna take a person like that in the NFL to take a stance on what the fuck they doing to shedur. At the end of the day, they on bullshit. They fucking with shedur. They trying to break him down. They butt breaking him in front of the whole world to see. We not taking it, and it's free 12. Shedur got a jersey that said 12. Free 12 at this point. Free 12. Let him go. Fuck it. Send Shedur to the US Fan ASL. What the fuck ever. And watch Shedur be over there. We can be balling out there, motherfucker. At this point, fuck it. Fuck it, Shedur. You may never pay professional football ever in your motherfucking life. But I tell you what, Shedur. I tell you motherfucking what. We're going to support you wherever you fucking go. Because that's so fucked up. A number 1 draft pick. And it's like, how could you get... Now, I understand Travis Hunter is a unicorn. But it's like, how the fuck you see Travis Hunter, but you don't see the nigga who passing him the ball? Like, none of this shit is none of it make fucking sense. And I understand people got cap paces and shit. But it's like, yo, it's fucked up, y'all. It's fucked up. You feel me? Like, it's so fucked up. But like, today, y'all, it's been a crazy ass day. It's been a crazy ass fucking day. Also, Diddy, one last so I actually covered the Diddy trial on Facebook. So YouTube, I think I gave y'all like one Diddy video, but I basically covered the Diddy asking for bail and Trump pardon. So right now, you can go to TMZ. Right now, Diddy is locked up. He was found not guilty on he was found not guilty on the federal RICO, which that's what I told many people. Anyway, I told him he won't gonna get found guilty on the RICO. I was like, it's a lot of stuff gotta be beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, I said he should get found not guilty on all charges, because the charges that he found guilty on, it actually makes a good case, right? Now, I watched the whole trial through and through, so maybe y'all just passed a buyer, who passively watched or just heard about it, but I watched the whole case. And the argument that his lawyer, is making is a pretty good case, because in fact, Diddy technically didn't. What they said is that he purchased male entertainers to have sex with his girlfriends. right? But also in prostitution, he didn't make a profit from it either. He gave the money to the entertainers. He didn't profit off of the entertainers, right? And part of that comes with, okay, in all the cases that people probably got charged with prostitution on, either they had time sentence and time served and they just went home, or they got bail to come back on it and got time served. So in this case, Diddy is technically like one of the few only Johns. You know how you have like a Jane Doe, John Doe? He's one of two maybe of the United States of America, and in its history of cases using the Mann Act, that's sitting in jail with no bond. And I think his judge, I think now Judge Summarian, I had a couple of issues with Judge Summarian. So I gave Judge Summarian like a 70 in the case. Because I felt like certain points in times, I do feel like he was a give and take judge. But because of that, I gave him a 70. It was a couple of times where I felt like he was being biased. And of course, he worked for the federal government and he's going against the federal government in the case. So it was one of those things. But for the most part, I give Judge Summarian a 70. But for the most part, y'all, and it came up in conversation today that, hey, Trump might pardon him. Well, this was already a conversation this right before the Diddy trial. I think maybe a weekend the Diddy trial started. But I also think it has something to do too that if Trump pardoned Trump, if Trump pardoned Diddy, then he can say, "Hey, make up for old times." He did spend all this money at your hotel, Trump. I mean, Trump Towers was the place he went to go do the free calls at. I mean, he damn near paid for Trump hotels twice, if you ask me. But also, it's a political thing right now. We know Trump is in the headlines right now for the Epstein stuff, and people is not letting Epstein go. So no matter what Trump do when in doubt, he gonna create a diversion. So if it's anything to create a diversion, even if he do it or not, he gonna tell it. So at the end of the day, hell, either if Trump do pardon him, he getting a full pardon, and or he gonna still be guilty of the Mann Act and do time commuter. That's it. That's it. But other than that, y'all, like this is all I have for today. As of right now, I know I have to go on my Deja Radcliffe page and do some content for the JBP. I haven't watched the whole episode today. I believe the episode is on 8, which is the Joe Budden podcast. And shout out, before we leave, shout out to Joe Budden for the New York Times article. Joe Budden is also in my top 5. For taking podcasts and nobody is, that's why he's called the Podfather. He definitely created a lane that what we know now as podcasting and sitting on mics. I think I've been watching Joe Budden. I think I've been watching Joe Budden since the 600th of his episodes. Now he's on 800. I mean, on my Patreon, it say I'm a member since 2024, but that's because I was with a dude, and not able to, oops, I don't want that. But basically, I'll leave this headline up here. But basically, just what we know as podcasting today, Joe Budden basically birthed it, And so I'm proud of him. I'm proud that he put it on Patreon. You guys, if you don't know what Patreon is, it's basically where you It's kind of like a YouTube, but you can do subscriber based. Just like YouTube have, like, you can become a member. It's kind of the same thing on Patreon, but it really gives you your independence on Patreon. So you can always sign up to be a creator or follow other creators too. But sometimes your YouTube can get blocked. People try to suspend your YouTube. People report yourself. So Patreon is a good app to go to for your content. I mean, I'm not deep, so right now I'm watching episode 874. Um, but for the most part, though, I think at one time or another, as soon as I really get the time to really dedicate myself to podcasting, I'm definitely gonna pick it up. I'm definitely just not gonna have the room in the background. I'm doing too much right now. I got a lot of stuff going on. So this year definitely ain't the year, even though we got 4 months left. But on the other side of the year, we can really get it cracking, do the room, do everything. But I'm just so proud of Joe Budden. And most of the people that is on my top 5 list, they are rappers. And it comes with a certain intellect. I think it's Joe Budden, 50 Cent, Deion Sanders, Will I Am, and there's one more part. Yeah, 50 Cent, Joe Budden, 50 Cent, Joe Budden, Deion Sanders, Will I Am. And there's one more person on my top 5. I don't even know who the hell it is. That's crazy. You're not supposed to forget your top 5, but most everybody come from a rap background, so it's something to that. And y'all know I like rap too. Shout out to the Clips. I'm so pissed off because the Clips is coming to the Dome, and them people put them resale tickets so damn high. I'm so pissed off about it. But I am going to Cousins Fest, so if y'all see me out there, I'll definitely be out there at Cousins Fest. Of course, it's August 30th, I believe, at the Scope. So, y'all, I'll see y'all then. Other than that, I might do a video in between just to see what's going on, y'all. But thank y'all for watching and thank y'all for joining.